things go wrong, and so you run and hide. You can't believe it, so you leave it and go inside. You build this fortress inside of a room. You'll never let no one inside. Oh, you build this fortress inside of a room. You're so important and you swear that you are good. But I see the exit wounds were my first clue. And who feels foolish now? You for fooling me, and I think it was true. I'll never go to a faithless show. Well, everyone you know has got you on the run. Back cloak and dagger, secret swagger, pulling, stealing wood. So I'll trust news and fusing full of lies. If you need it, cause you're bleeding on your precious pride. You built this fortress inside of a roof. You'll never let go on inside. Oh, you built this fortress and taken a view. You're so important and you swear that you When I told you you would lose, but now you're beating up my shoes. When I told you you would lose, when I told you you couldn't walk away. Oh no, yeah, you couldn't walk away. You can see another day. Yeah, you couldn't walk away. Oh, yeah, yeah, you couldn't walk away. Oh, you live to see another day. Yeah. But instead, you told me you were bulletproof.
Well, hi, and welcome to my post-debate little show here. I don't know how long I'll be hanging out, but I will certainly be here for a short second. I would almost say that if you watched any of the previous Republican debates, there was nothing new here. Trump won the debate, hands down. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. They started out trying to be a little cute and a little funny, taking some digs at Donald Trump. But then after that, it basically just turned into a circular firing squad, and Fox News was determined to not look weak in any way. So questioning and the moderators were obviously being extremely tough on the candidates, and yeah, it was interesting. But to me anyway, there was no doubt at all that Mr. Trump was the winner. I thought that Rand Paul. I really just wish that Rand Paul would just. I don't know. I had high hope for Rand Paul. I had hoped that he would give me an alternative to vote for, but I've given up on him. But that it doesn't mean that he did good today. He had a great debate, in my opinion. No doubt about that at all. I thought he made his point. He came across concise and just on top of everything. And I can't find. Oh, there it is. It's right there. So yeah, no, I thought he did really well. Funny enough that John Kasich was trying to bring some humanity and some love and some care into the Republican debate. I don't know if that goes over very well, but he certainly tried. He made a statement. I think he said something like the time has come to stop ignoring the mentally ill. And that we should start treating them, and he also had he made a point about talking about the mentally ill, and I think he was trying to in a roundabout way say that it was a waste of money putting them in jail, and there was money to be saved there. Marco Rubio, well. Somebody tweeted that Marco Rubio's performance was Jesus, 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 Jesus. Oh no, Jesus, Jesus, ISIL, ISIS, Jesus, Sweden, ISIS, Jesus. I thought there was some more ISIS in there. I thought that was almost all he talked about. And of course Hillary Clinton. I don't know how many descendants of Swedish immigrants are in Iowa. I tweeted out immediately that Marco Rubio should know that Sweden has a king and a prime minister, and then later on I realized that, or I think, I'm not sure, but I think that there is a few descendants from Sweden in Iowa. I'm not sure that making fun of Sweden or doing a dig at Sweden and their system was a smart move, but what do I know? Ben Carson is still in the race, and he was awake. Yeah, I don't know. His end thing, did he say, close your eyes and think of our founding fathers as I speak? Was that the gist of his closing argument? I don't know. I zoned out. It's the best sleeping pill in the world. I don't know. Chris Christie was quintessential Chris Christie. He wants to project that he is super strong, and he was doing the usual spin. I mean, seriously, there was nothing new, right? Chris Christie was talking about, as he does in all of them, hey, I'm tough. I'm the only one who can prosecute Hillary Clinton on the debate stage, and I'm a governor, and I don't hide behind parliamentary tricks. I'm responsible to my constituents at any and all time. I think that's what he said at every debate, right? So nothing new there. Cruz was getting beat up both by the moderators, I think, who called him out. I think that that Megyn Kelly provided the final nail in the coffin that handed, in my opinion, handed Donald Trump the win. I thought he absolutely won that that debate by not being there. And I thought that Megyn Kelly and Fox News did a wonderful job in making sure that happened. But again, nothing new. This is Chris Christie was asked at one point by the moderator, "Hey, so why don't you name one of those, government things that you think an agency or whatever, someplace that you want to cut down, right?" And what did he come up with? What any Republican you ask them to cut up, they come up with some insignificant blabber of Planned Parenthood, right? Planned Parenthood is the place that should be cut. That's where he would find all the money to cover the budget deficit is with Planned Parenthood. And then when he was kind of on a follow-up question was, "Really, you got something bigger than that?" And then he came up with that, "Oh no, the dead babies killed in the womb or murdered in the womb," which he doesn't. He doesn't fucking believe that for 1 second. No, he doesn't believe that it's murder. Well, whatever. I don't know. Jeb Bush, I don't know. I can't believe that he's worse at debating than his brother. That's really surprising to me. I thought that he would be a much stronger debater than his brother. I didn't think you would run into the same word salads that you get from me or Sarah Palin or from him. But I think he did a good job. I think he came across as he had his best debate, in my opinion. I'm not saying it was a good debate. I'm not saying he did good. I'm just saying he had his best debate of this election in cycle. And so I don't know, is this the resurgence of the establishment candidate? And he took that mantle, right? He took the mantle of "I am the establishment candidate." That is what he came straight out and said, no doubt about it. He said, "Yes, my father, the greatest man alive," or whatever, in his opinion, and I'm sure he's saying that for good reasons. I'm just speculating here, but I'm sure his father is not, the late president or the president is not in great health. So I would say the same thing, right? And then he said he loved his brother, but he I think, did he mention his brother? Yeah, he was a former president, but there was he whispered, "I love my brother, the former president." My brother, the former president. That guy. Yes, my brother, the former president. Yeah, my brother. So, yeah, I don't know. He did good for him in this election cycle, I have to say. Ben Carson, oh yeah, he's still in the debate. That's right. I don't know. Incredible. No real talk about criminal justice, immigration. I think immigration was the point where Fox News handed this debate and the election to Trump. They hammered Cruz on immigration, and they served up almost softballs to Rubio to go after Ted Cruz. They called Ted Cruz out that he couldn't get anybody to second his motion in the Senate. Like, it's not a lie, apparently. It is absolutely true that Ted Cruz is the most unliked senator in the U.S. Senate. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. I thought that Donald Trump was just being hyperbolic, but apparently not. He is absolutely the most hated man in the Senate by his colleagues, which is interesting. Marco Rubio again went after Hillary Clinton, and he had some line about if Hillary Clinton became president, her first act would be to pardon herself. But that was so funny. But I don't think she would be elected if we got that far. Other than that, yes, it seems that the GOP is steadfast in their belief that Hillary Clinton will be the winner of the Democratic primary. They came after Hillary Clinton for saying yesterday, or Marco Rubio did, came after Hillary Clinton for saying that she thought that Barack Obama was a great idea for a Supreme Court nominee. So whatever, I don't know. Seemed like a waste of time to talk about that. There was surprise. So the big surprise to me was that I don't think that there was a mention, maybe when I was stepping out away from the TV for a second, but I didn't see any mention of a no-fly zone or by anybody. It could have been, but I did not see any of them suggest that. They did suggest that we should, rebuild our military, even though our military spending is 50% or 46% of the world's global military budget. The United States spends 46%, but still the Republicans think we need to rebuild the army. I have no idea who they think we're going to fight with that army, right? I think we have people hanging out at the PX. We have more people hanging out at some PX around the world in some base, which is the store, the military store, shopping right now than there are members of ISIL. But that's supposed to be an existential threat to us, right? I mean, we have more military personnel shopping for groceries right now, bet you, than there are members of ISIS. But ISIS is an existential threat to the United States. Come on. Is that really where we're at still? Does that shit really sell? Does anybody really buy that? And why? I mean, what makes people buy something so silly that ISIS is an existential threat to the United States? I mean, I don't know if Rubio believes it, but I believe 100% that Rubio has polling from focus groups. He has data from focus groups that is telling him that pushing that feared use of ISIS in at the debates and saying just how dangerous they are is a selling point to Republicans, or he wouldn't do it. He's a professional politician. He has a professional staff around him. They know what the people that they are attracting or want to attract, they know what they want to hear. They're not leaving this up to chance. I mean, granted, they could be shitty at their job. They could pick the wrong people to focus, people that are not representative of the people that are Republican or vote in a Republican primary or caucus at a Republican caucus. But he's saying it for a reason. They're all saying it for a reason. And I'm just like, even if that's all you do is watch Fox News, you have an education. I mean, you have an internet, right? I don't believe that you haven't, in some debate with somebody somewhere, most people have been shown that our military budget is 46%, I think, still. 46, 48, used to be 52% of the globe's military budget is spent by the United States. And still, the Republican Party, the GOP, is selling their constituents, and they must be buying, that we need to rebuild our military. We need to spend more money on our military. Yeah, I don't know. That's just frustrating. And then, of course, we had the religious test at the Republican debate. I mean, you didn't get anything, all hail to Jesus, everybody is. The only one who I don't know. I don't want to say when people are talking about their religion, or whatever, that they're not authentic or whatever. But I don't know. Rand Paul I don't believe that Rand Paul believed what he was saying. I think Rand Paul wanted to say that, you know what, you can be a moral person without believing a biblical God, and we need to get over this. But I don't know. It might be because I was distracted, because I was nervous about getting back on the air here. I haven't done it in a long time, and I'm doing it by myself for a minute and not with my partner from the Objective Centrist. So I'm a little bit nervous about this. But yeah, so I might have been distracted, but I thought his answer was so muddled, and he was just trying to get around that in any way, shape, or form that he could. I actually thought the moderators were good. I thought that the questions were good. Obviously, it seemed to me that this was the toughest round of questions that we have gotten from the Republican moderator or any Fox News. I thought it was the best. I thought it was the best questions. I thought it was I thought there was reasonable follow-ups. But it was all because they were all mad at Trump and because Trump wasn't there. So yeah, here it is. I think we're going to call it for the evening. I will be doing this more often, and I will hopefully get better at it. I will be talking about other things than politics. I will be talking about my life and just shits and giggle. Hopefully, I will get some interesting people on here to talk to everybody, and I will get a camera so it looks like I'm looking into the camera when I'm speaking to you. All right, people, if you watch this, thank you. Please follow me on Twitter, Democracy Theater, or on Facebook, Democracy Theater. My name is Richard Scott. Thank you for popping in and watching. Thank you for watching after this has been posted. And thank you for following me. Hope you have a fantastic evening and be safe. Peace.